It's Enlightenment Garden. Generally you'll find me in the garden, but tonight we're going to be in the kitchen. And this video is to follow up on the olive video that I shared about 3 weeks ago. So if you caught that video, I was preserving olives in two different ways, trying a dry salt cured method and also brine method. They've been in the salt long enough that they've lost their bitterness. So we're going to open them up, take a look at what we find 3 weeks later. So daily have been agitating this container of olives. Closer look at this container, you can see these olives have taken on a different look and texture. They have shriveled up. They look like little raisins. So you can see they are wrinkled and they are quite smaller, even though these were small to start with. They've shrunken up even more so. And you can see down in here and towards the bottom, there's been quite a bit of liquid that has exuded from these olives and has settled at the bottom. Step one, we're gonna just wash these off. Here are the olives all washed off of their salt. You can see I have a good amount here, certainly far more than I can eat in one sitting. If you had a small batch, you could just toss these with some olive oil and enjoy them within a week. I do need to preserve these, so what I'm going to be doing is actually just utilizing my vacuum sealer to go ahead and pack these into a plastic bag along with olive oil, and they will sit in the refrigerator. And that way I can consume them over the course of about 6 months. They'll keep well that way. So just took a quick bite of this. You can see mostly just skin. As this is dehydrated, the seed is occupying the largest volume of this. But the taste is great, certainly strong olive taste, a good amount of salt flavoring, and no bitterness. So I have just a basic NutriChef vacuum sealer that I've used in the past to preserve some fruit, to freeze it, apricots and peaches. And what I have here is just a roll of the plastic that you use to seal it. I'm just cutting a small section of it. And I'm just going to lay this bag inside of here. And because the olives are going to be moist, I'm going to set the food setting to moist. And I'm just going to get a few handfuls of olives, stick them in the bag. You can always apportion these bags to, whatever size you want. It's nice and flexible. I'm just going to go with that kind of volume. And what I'm going to do next is just go ahead and drop in about a teaspoon of olive oil. Just drop it into the center of the bag there. We don't need too much, just a little bit to rehydrate. You don't want to overdo the liquid because that can cause issues with sealing. Clicking it into place, vacuum seal. Basically stops once it's sealed. Open it up. You can see that all of the air basically has been pulled out of it. and the oil has been forced pretty much over all the olives in there. The other thing that I want to update you on is our brined olives. So these took a lot of work, I won't lie. This was very, very labor intensive. So let us take a peek at these. A little resistance there. Okay, as expected, we can see that the olive oil up here has really congealed into a mass there. Expected. You can see the olives underneath. I'm going to go ahead and give this a taste now. So not a whole lot of olive, here. Mostly seed, again. A little bit thicker skin, obviously, than our dry salt cured method. So I definitely taste the lemon I put in, the rosemary, and the garlic is coming through really nice. Taste no bitterness. The saltiness is not, as pronounced as it would be on a dry salt cured method. It's more subtle. The red wine vinegar has a nice balance of flavor. It's a pretty amazing olive. So at the end of the day, if you do have access to fresh olives and you don't mind putting in some work, I highly recommend either one of these methods. You're going to come out with superbly tasting olives. Hope you enjoyed this follow-up video. Happy fall and happy gardening.